morning, this is On here reporting from MCB3020 News. A recent study by Dr. Marilyn Erickson showed how easy it is for cross-contamination to occur in the kitchen. Erickson contaminated many fruits and vegetables with common pathogens such as E. coli and Salmonella. She would then cut into a piece of contaminated fruit and without washing her knife, would cut into a clean, uncontaminated fruit. She found out that pathogens would spread from produce to produce if the knife is not washed in between. Let's go into the field to learn more about this issue. Here we have Dr. Shri, a food safety expert. Dr. Shri, can you tell us where contamination is the most prevalent?
Well, the germiest places in the kitchen have been proven to be the vegetable and meat compartments of the refrigerator, blenders, can openers, rubber spatulas, plastic containers, cutting boards, dishcloths, and sponges.
How does cross-contamination occur?
The main mode of contamination occurs by not washing your hands when dealing with ready-to-eat foods after handling raw food. And you can also cause cross-contamination by placing raw meat above or near ready-to-eat foods, causing either direct contact or the juices to fall.
What kind of bacteria is the most common?
Well, raw meat, poultry, and fish contain E. coli. Chicken, turkey, and fowl contain Shigella, Salmonella, and Toxoplasmosis, and unpasteurized cheese contains Listeria monocytogenes.
Thank you, Dr. Shri. Now let's go over to Dr. Shelby.
Hi, I'm going to be showing you how cross-contamination happens in the kitchen. So here I have an apple that is infected with E. coli. I also have an apple that is free of bacteria. So I'm going to take this knife and cut this apple. And now I'm going to cut this bacteria-free apple and see if any of our bacteria is transferred. So, as you can see here, some of the E. coli has transferred onto our clean apple. You can also see that our cutting board is covered in E. coli, as are my hands.
Thank you, Dr. Shelby. Now let's go over to Dr. Rao to see what can happen to you when cross-contamination occurs. Dr. Rao?
First of all, poor hygiene and improper food prep practices in the home can lead to foodborne illnesses. The main foodborne illness that many of you are familiar with is food poisoning. It is caused by bacteria on food, and it can cause nausea, vomiting, stomach pains, weakness, and chills. The four most common food poisoning bacteria that I will discuss are Staphylococcus, Salmonella, Clostridium, and Campylobacter. Staphylococcus is found on the skin, in your saliva, and in infected eyes and nose. It is not destroyed by cooking the food, and symptoms appear between 1 to 8 hours after eating. Salmonella comes from poor food handling, as you've seen earlier in the kitchen. It takes up to 48 hours to develop after food is eaten, and symptoms include nausea, cramps, diarrhea, fever, and headache. It lasts between 3 to 21 days and can cause death in the young and weak. Clostridium is found in the soil and intestines of animals and is common in the environment. It also comes from poor food handling, especially related to cooking, storage, refrigerator temperatures, and it occurs about 12 hours after eating. Your symptoms include pains, diarrhea, and vomiting. It lasts 24 hours, and the serious reaction is called botulism, which is caused by a toxin. Campylobacter is found in many animals, and you can get it from ingestion of contaminated food and water, contact with infected animals, poor food handling, especially by using the same chopping boards, knives, and plates for raw and cooked chicken. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. Now let's go back to Dr. Shelby to see how to properly sanitize your kitchen utensils.
Now I'm going to be demonstrating proper sanitation techniques. So first we're going to start by turning on your faucet to the hottest setting it'll go to. So once your water heats up, you're going to take your sponge and put some dish soap on it. You're going to wash the knife in its entirety immediately after using it in the kitchen. Then you're going to dry it immediately with a clean dish towel And these techniques are not only applicable to knives, but they're also applicable to the cutting board we used earlier, as well as peelers, graters, and brushes, just to name a few. It's also very important to wash your hands after touching each different food, so you don't contaminate other foods with the bacteria you've gotten on your hands. So remember to use proper kitchen sanitation every time you're in the kitchen.
And there we have it. Now we all know that it is extremely important to properly clean your kitchen utensils. Today we learned where the dirtiest place in the kitchen is, how contamination occurs, what can happen to you as a result of cross-contamination, and how to properly sanitize your kitchen utensils so that you stay healthy. And remember, don't ever put Nutella on your salmon or you might get salmonella. This is On Here, signing off from MCB3020 News.